is your girl, Laura, your girl, your fashion designer, your retired nurse. Today I'm going to show you how to illustrate using croquis from Pinterest and also how to add elements or garments onto your croquis. So let's jump right into it. I pinned two of these into my Laura LaFrance's illustrations board, and of course I use some of these illustrations and I pre-drew some of them, so just so we can speed the video up. Obviously there's this wonderful jacket which I'm pretty sure it's from not Instagram. I'm pretty sure this is from WGSN, and whomever posted it probably tag along. But they have multiple different flats here, so you can pick and choose. Ooh, this is really nice. You can pick and choose whichever one you actually. I think I want to draw this one. This is actually really nice. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now, Control Shift 4, so I can take a screenshot of that, and then I think I want to draw her with the high waist pants, with the paper bag pants, and I'm going to take a screenshot of that as well so we can import it into Illustrator for us to draw on top of our croquis. And this is the croquis I was telling you guys about. Right now I have the line art, which is the layer that I lock because I don't want to do anything to it. I have my balance line, all my proportions intact. I added my own flair to it so it's not too copycatty, so to speak, because this was the original illustration. I just kept my signature into it, even though I could have done it, but to move along faster, I just drew right on top of it. Hey, there's more than one way to skin a cat. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to go into a layer that's not locked because it's giving me this bloop 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 information. So I'm going to create a new layer because I want to use this layer as my image layer because I already have a lot going on here. This layer I previously illustrated some like a mini sleeve pattern manipulation collection / whatever, so I did like a different version here, so we'll just ignore that layer for now. Let's bring in our images. I want to use this one. Yes, that's fine. Okay, so let's use her to wear this. Let's embed the image because we don't want to lose it just in case my computer decides to not work anymore. Alright, let's jump right into it. So what ended up happening is I noticed that my lines were a little bit too sharp, so I'm going to refine them by keeping everything round cap and round join, and I'm going to keep going. Okay, so it looks funny now, but if we apply it properly, it should be fine. I think I'm going to close out the whole sweater because I don't want to have to worry about any open gap when we bring it into Photoshop. And take your time, you don't have to rush into it. Your line doesn't have to be perfect right away. This is just to get your base down anyway. So now we can go ahead and make certain lines thicker. Let's say all the outline. So now that we have our shirt, I improvised a little bit. It's not like exactly how it is here, but I'm just showing you basically how you can make sure that you illustrate your I just want to make sure I show you guys that you can use any type of online illustration flats or whatever to create an illustration. We can finally group this. Don't have to because we're gonna paste it into Photoshop, but I like to group it so that way when I'm moving it, because all this inside here is empty. When we put it into Photoshop, we're going to use the same technique I've used before in the tutorial I've done with the scarf accessories illustration to go ahead and fill this in, but not for now. I'm going to go ahead and continue with the paper bag pants. So we're going to zoom out a little bit. Let's go right here. We don't need this one anymore. Let's bring in the paper bag. Not mine, sorry. The paper bag, which is right here. Yes. Alright, we're going to embed it. Close it. Shrink it a little bit. So, I mean, we can enlarge it after, but this is a lot of details there that we could potentially do something with. So if this is going to be the top, we can use a new layer for the paper bag actually. We can lock this one so it's not moved. So let's jump right into it. So now that we've done the actual, wait, let me turn off my figurine. Okay, I think I'm okay with that. We can, I mean, there's a lot of broken line here and there. You can go right in there since we're in Illustrator, thank God, and move what we need to move, keep everything intact. But quite frankly, you don't have to, because once you transfer everything into Photoshop and paste as a pixel, everything is going to look super, straight, aligned properly or whatever. So let's see. It doesn't have to be perfect. I don't like perfection when I do my illustrations, unfortunately or fortunately, depending on how you see it. All right, so let's add some crease. So it's not looking too empty here. We can definitely follow the leg, so we can add crease. And if you don't want to keep drawing, you can just use your cheat sheet. And then that's it. Obviously, you have to make sure your points are together so it's not looking too messy. All right, I think I'm pretty satisfied with this. Now, at the waistline, make sure it makes sense, because if it's gathering here, at the waist, you see how it has some gather here? We have to add it here as well. So we can use our thinner line and make sure we add some gathering here and there. And not too much. If you want, you can add this. I can show you a quick cheat sheet how to do it. Easy breezy you could do is actually create, let's pull up the ellipse. We can do a circle, shift, perfect circle. This circle, we're gonna turn it into an object, so let's expand it. Click OK, press D on your keypad, which automatically turns on your white fill and your black stroke. I like to make sure I'm all the way black. And then let's change our stroke to 0.25. There you go, you got your first little grommet slash lace thingy. And then you can just hold Alt and let's duplicate it. And voila. And we use the same we can actually use the same technique to create the pull through cord, which is the same technique we've used. We can just freely draw something. It doesn't have to be perfect. Let's select both of them. Yes, there it is. So I need my basic. Where are you? Right here. There it is. Now, since we have our basic, we can keep it at 2. Oh yeah, 2. I don't mind 2. And you see how sharp the edges are? Let's keep everything round. And let's expand our stroke and fill. Type D on your keypad or keyboard and make your stroke thinner. And voila, you have your pull-through lace or strings, however you want to call it. Okay, and then there's some zipper there. I can show you a quick way to do a zipper. It doesn't have to be perfect. So inside we're gonna add the zipper. So we'll do the same process. We'll draw a line. Now keep in mind, it's not the only way to skin a cat. You can actually, with your direct selection tool, copy this particular line right here and then turn it into your basic, obviously. So we have to do, there's our basic again, basic. And then we need to make the stroke thicker. And this time I'm keeping everything at a sharp cap and point. Now this is where the trick happens. You need to learn how to manipulate those dashes and gaps to create a fake zipper or an illusion of a zipper. I mean, there are brushes that you can create so that every time you draw it looks like a zipper, but I won't go into it today. So we'll do, why am I typing F? We'll do one, actually let's do 0.5, 0.5. Or we can make the dash thicker. We can do it 1 and 0.5. Yeah, I'm okay with that. And then we're doing the same process again. Expand appearance. Expand. Sometimes when you expand appearance and the expand doesn't show up, you just go back and do it a second time and then expand, type D, and make sure you go to your 0.25 stroke. Let's move it right here. And that becomes your zipper. So what I'm doing now, I'm giving the illusion that the zipper has a center seam, and then voila. And for the zipper head, you can just create one, quite frankly. Create one. It doesn't look real, I know, but at least you give the illusion that there's something there. And voila. And we can actually copy this whole thing or reflect it. And when you reflect vertical, which means you're going to have a complete mirror, don't press OK, press copy. That way you have a copy. We can actually place this one over here. And voila. Now that we're done with our pants, we can go ahead. Okay, I know what it is. This right here is not looking too pointy as the other one is, so we can fix that. I basically deleted the extra anchor points that I didn't need, and there you go. So we're going to group everything. Obviously we have to get rid of this because we don't need it anymore. My paper bag pants. Guess what? I'm glad I'm doing this live so I can make mistakes, because instead of putting it on the paper bag layer, I drew it here. Fear not, because once you select everything and group it, you can go to that paper bag layer while your pants are selected and arrange send to current layer. Ta-da! That's it. Now we have our top in our paper bag. I mean, it's a little extra, but I'm not mad at it. Voila, and there she is. She is completed. So stay tuned. I'm going to do a different video for rendering so you can see how I render her, and see you next time. So stay tuned. Give it a thumbs up if you like, thumbs down if you feel like I didn't touch upon certain points or key points that you wanted to see or hear. Leave a comment in the comment section below, ask questions, do whatever. I mean, this is a journey, this is a learning process. I'm learning as it goes, as the updates are coming up. So just drop whatever questions, comments, suggestions you have in the comment section below. Until next time, ciao ciao.